Hello, everyone. Welcome to Energy Insight, Soul Talk Energy Insight from March 18th to the 24th. I believe it's to the 24th. It is. My name is Jackie Ellis, and I'm from JackieEllis.com. I'm an intuitive guide and mentor, Reiki master. My friends call me an energetics master. And I help people decode the energy that they're using within their life so that they can create a life that they love. Um, I tried to do this live yesterday and something went wrong, a glitch happened. Um, Maybe it was divine that was saying I wasn't quite, moving out of the way so that they could speak through me clearly. I don't know, but the video shut down. The video shut down completely partway through, and I kept talking. So I didn't realize that it had actually shut down partway through. So you didn't receive all of the messages. So what I'm going to do today is I've been instructed to edit the video from yesterday to only include, to make it a Metatron message for the beginning part because that was gold. Metatron has asked me for this video to include another message because he feels that um, today's needs are slightly different than what the people that watch today may need something additional to help them along their journey. So I'm going to start this energy insight with a Metatron card, a Metatron message. Archangel Metatron is, he's an archangel. If you're not familiar with him, he wasn't known as Archangel Metatron in the Bible, though. He was known. I had it written down. Help me find it, or give me the name, please. Enoch. When Enoch transcended and into his angel and accepted his archangel status, he his name that he received was Metatron. And a lot of my gifts, or my initial gifts that I received that were in addition to what I was just naturally born with, was given to me from Archangel Metatron. So I have a deep connection with Archangel Metatron, and he helps me every time I go in and do energy work with people. So he helps protect me, he helps guide me, as well as Archangel Michael. So I have a deep connection to both of those archangels and have a huge amount of respect for the messages that they give me for those that follow me in some way. So, thank you, Metatron. Super early here, and I was in meditation most of the night, receiving additional gifts from, actually this time, Archangel Raphael. So I'm using a tool that I was guided to pick up and use for my journey. It is Amanda Ellis's Archangel Metatron Oracle cards. They're absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to use them. I'm going to pull one card one card? Do you want one card today, Metatron? Yes. One card. We're going to start with one card. And see what Metatron has for us today. What would you like to say, Metatron, that will help people for this full moon week of March 18th to March 24th? Ooh. Is this the card? No. What would you like to say, Metatron? So I thought it was going to be something different. So if it's the same, so is there something more? It's the same card from yesterday. So the message from yesterday was one thing, but there's more to it. There's more to it. So, okay. So yesterday, so this is a message in a bottle. It's about communicating. It's about speaking up and being heard. So let me just, I'm just going to consult. Okay. Okay. So what he's saying here is there are things that we have kept bottled up inside of us. And we may not have realized that we were doing that. We may not have realized that we have stuffed truth about ourselves, stuffed or put away parts of ourselves that we thought we were doing in to keep ourselves safe, our inner child, or new parts of ourselves, that new gifts that are available to us that we have subconsciously received because we had intended to use them, but then there's parts of us that in our consciousness we're scared to use them, and so they're stuck in a bottle. They're stuck in a bottle and they're sealed up tight, but they're ready for us to uncork that bottle. They're ready for us to use them with love and intention and kindness and gentleness to help others. Archangel Michael wants us to look within to see if we have bottled up something for our journey that we need right now. What have we been hiding away? What have we been pushing aside? What have we been scared to use so we can step forward in a truthful way as to who we are and who we're meant to be? It truly is shattering a mask in that, because when we have bottled up something inside of us or put it away on storage, we have put a mask in front of us and we're being somebody else that we're not necessarily meant to be. And we find ourselves going down other routes that aren't necessarily meant for us, or attracting things to us that aren't meant for us. forgetting there's more. This is a big one. Archangel Michael is here to help you dissolve your fear of doing this work, of releasing whatever's in that bottle. Whatever that important message is that is in that's stuck in that bottle. If you are open to hearing what that message is, it will be shown to you. That bottle will uncork and you will hear the message. If you are communicating with others and they are raising their voice, quiet yours. If others are speaking in hate, speak love back. Truly express yourself in ways that are in flow with divine. Allow yourself to not do those actions out of fear, but do those actions out of love and grace. When others feel unheard, allow them to express themselves to you. Give them space in some way so that they may release what they are wanting to say. We are being asked to express ourselves in many ways. This doesn't necessarily have to be through words. It can be through other art forms. It can be through singing. It can be through painting. It could be through poetry. It could be through creating affirmations that will help your journey, your healing journey in some way. Untap the creative ways that you can learn to communicate and express yourself through His love. Your voice is needed right now. Your communication, your truth, your loving way of expressing His love and joy is needed more than ever right now. You know, it's lower vibe emotions and actions, hurtful emotions and actions are 4 times more powerful than a positive, because that has been where the world was. It was more accepting to complain about something than to lift someone up for the good that they were doing. It was more common for someone to scowl and complain about their day than to smile at someone, smile at a stranger, to show them that they are worth loving. A simple smile and a hello as you walk down the street in your neighborhood sends ripple of love through the world. And the more of us that do that, the more of us that communicate God's love through how we are acting, how we are speaking, how the words we are saying, the the gentleness that we are expressing, the more of us that do that sends ripples and ripples. And the stronger those ripples are, the farther they go. This is the message Archangel Michael wants for us. But we can't do those things. We can't be who we are if we've bottled up something that is holding us back from being who we truly are. It's time to uncork that bottle and allow yourself, that part of you that you've been scared to use, out in some way. Ooh, okay. Maybe I'll be combining these two messages so that we can share the full amount. Ooh-wee, that was good. Okay, thank you, Archangel Michael. Or my Metatron, I mean, sorry. Okay, so the full moon is March 18th to the full moon week is March 18th to the March 24th. It is a Virgo moon, so it's very much a cleansing moon. We've been feeling it for the last 3 weeks. And and it's been getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So it very much requires us to ground. It requires us to really tap into that loving energy that God is giving us, and face whatever He's asking us to face, so that we can release it and surrender to what's coming, the good that's coming to us. I'm a Virgo. I'm loving this energy because I love to face things head on, but I also love order and process and making sure that I'm like doing things efficiently. So what I've had to learn through this journey is that grounding, taking time for self-care and taking time for grounding my energies and making sure that I'm in alignment with who I am meant to be is extremely efficient and not laziness as society could deem it to be. And so I act when I need to act. It's inspired actions only. And I am very clear as to what I'm being asked to do and when I'm being asked to just sit and be in spirit. This is an adjustment for us Virgos because we have not, society, I feel like society was built on Virgo energy. Like it was like go, 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 hustle and move. So if you are being asked to actually slow down and you are actually finding yourself overwhelmed or burnt out, going through mental breakdowns, it's because you're trying to control the car to go a different direction than God wants you to go. You're making things harder on yourself in some way. And so the way to figure that out is to literally take your hands off the steering wheel for a moment and move your ego to the back and go, Jesus, take the wheel. Show me where I need to go to make this easier. This is the energy that we are feeling when we are in this full moon energy, and it's going to be more powerful this week than it has been in the last 3 weeks. It's kind of why we've been like building up in energies in this way, and people have been going through things. The loving energy that helps us through anything in life is very much an ordering energy, meaning that it takes the big stuff that we need to clear, and it allows you to face those first, and then it gets slowly smaller and smaller and smaller until it's just the nigglets, just the tiny little things that are left. And those big things that come up, they can hit you like a brick wall. They're not easy. And they're generally stuff that you have stuffed for years. Years. Now, do you need to relive the trauma? No. You can release the energy. They're coming up, if you feel like you've healed from stuff already, but they're still coming up, that's generally because there's forgiveness of some sort that is needed for yourself or for another person in some way. And so that's when I envision that other person, and I envision myself, my old self, and I send love and forgiveness through them. And I cut the energetic tie that is keeping me stuck in some way. Now, something was brought up this week that was very, very clear. An inner child stuff has been coming up for people. And there's lots of people that and myself included, I looked within and found my inner child behind a wall. I didn't realize the wall was there. For some people, they found their inner child in a box, being protected. It's a clear box, but it was protected. Those protections for that inner child just need to come down, need to be removed and shattered, so that you can embrace your inner child and love your inner child, because your inner child actually helps reignite creativity and curiosity and wants to grow and learn and expand. Your inner child helps you. Once your inner child is healed from that trauma, we no longer need to protect your inner child. We need to embrace the inner child so that we can be creative and curious and learn and expand in its entirety. The Earth Star Chakra is the chakra that is most impacted or powered during the full moon week. It is our grounding force. It works very closely with our root chakra in giving us this sense of security and grounding in our life. So if you are feeling disconnected in some way, or you are feeling very emotional, you may be overly connected, because it's also connected to the collective energies. And the collective energies right now are very emotional and very much it's a mix of hopelessness and let's go energy. So it can be very confusing. If you're pulling in lots of and absorbing the collective energies instead of your own, it's very much it's time to discern what's yours and what's the collective's. So the Earth Star Chakra, as we go through the week, the Earth Star Chakra is going to send loving energy up through our feet and into the other 7 chakras. And so if you have my Light Mastery map, and I'm just going to pull it up here. The Light Mastery map, you can download it at JackieEllis.com at the VIP portal. Once you sign up, you will be given directions as to how to get set up so that you can access the VIP portal. It's password protected. And so that light mastery map actually will show you kind of where you're in the shadows sometimes, or you feel powerlessness throughout the week of the full moon. The full moon uses all of our chakras. So the beginning part of the week is generally our lower chakras. So there'll be boundary stuff that will come up, or we will find ourselves asserting our boundaries a little bit more, and making sure that we are standing in our power and doing the inspired actions with both of our energies, in when it comes to boundaries and our will and our support, and how we're using the resources that God's providing us. Then about the middle of the week, we're in our heart chakra, so it's very much about what we love, what we desire, what we value, and the values we are holding, as well as what we're willing to sacrifice in order to move to that next step. And then the end of the week, we are in our upper chakras, which is about how we see ourselves, our identity, the big vision that we have for our life, how responsible we are for our own actions, and how we are stepping into our life, and how we are manifesting that which we want. That's what we desire, how we are manifesting what we are desiring. And so it's very much a cleansing energy, and it will cleanse you from. So if there's things that come up in your lower chakra areas and you haven't quite got it all sorted out, then it may hit as the energy comes up, it may hit the heart chakra in a slightly different way, and you might be showing messages with your upper chakras as well, so that you can see and understand the full significance of what you've just went through. And that's important because it relates to the messages that I'm about to share with you today. Okay, let's move on. I did not plan to talk about that much. Holy. Okay. Overview. The overview message is: many have been observing and quietly trying to focus on what matters. So you've been experiencing growth and are finding ways to learn along the way. I noticed that. The collective is noticing that, because if we weren't doing this growth and expansion on an individual basis, we wouldn't be necessarily feeling the powerful energies that we're feeling. So take a moment and celebrate, please. Because you guys are doing awesome. But there's some of you that have been looking at your past or what you've just been through, and you aren't seeing the blessings or fruit and of the situations at all. In fact, you're looking at things as pretty hopeless. What we're being asked to do in this moment is to shift the perspective. The blessings are right there. The fruit is right there. We are just looking in the wrong direction. We're looking in the past instead of looking at the now, in the present, in the steps ahead. Trust your instincts, and you will see and feel the spiritual growth and the transformation you've been through. You will see the way you are meant to give back and help those around you. Or if you are meant to help certain people or be in certain situations. Not everything is meant for us. There is a massive transformation happening for our physical reality. The world is transforming in big ways. In fact, when I asked this week, or yesterday, when I asked yesterday if the age of Aquarius if we are in the age of Aquarius, I was told, yes, we have we've birthed the age of Aquarius. We are now at the beginning newborn stage of the age of Aquarius. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It may not seem that way right now because there's still some cleanup that happens. When you have a baby, there's still some cleanup that happens. But the cleanup that's happening right now is actually for the good of mankind, and it will impact the world in great ways. We may not see it right now. We may be looking at all the muck and not seeing. We're looking at the chaos and not seeing what good could come of it. Look within. Gaze at the beauty that we can see. Okay, so the first message that that I was shown, I give 3 messages and a little bit around them. So the first message is, if you are struggling and finding yourself losing hope, self-care and nurturing is your top priority this week. The power of the moon is a take charge kind of energy where we know what to prioritize and what to do that will help us break free of the past. So if we allow ourselves to tap into the moon energy in its true sense, it will help us prioritize what we need to work through, what we need to do in order to break free of the past. If we are resisting it in some way, we will find ourselves struggling in many ways. So it's surrendering to the nurturing energy and that is helping you through whatever is happening. And I will say this, that if you are female, you feel the power of the moon much better, like you're more aligned with it, or have the ability to be more aligned with it than a male, than a masculine person. If you struggle with tapping into the feminine energies, there is some, I would recommend some Jesus Take the Wheel moments, because you may be trying to control the feminine energies too much. Or you have it's quite possible that you resist the masculine energies, and you've absorbed too much feminine, and then you become overwhelmed. It may vary depending on how you were interacting with your energies and what part of the week that we are in. The beginning part of the week, there is, what I can recommend is allow yourself to just, when you find yourself in the shadows, ask yourself, what can I do to tap into the powerful energies that are going to get me through this moment? What can I do what do I have to surrender? What do I have to sacrifice in order to surrender to an easier time through this moment? Because and I can tell you with 100% accuracy that every time you are being asked to sacrifice something, it is not something that is good for you with the hopes of something better will come along. It is something that you no longer need anymore. Like the worry, the constant worry, like the doubt that you're holding about yourself, like the doubt of what you have about your future, or the tension you're holding in your body, or the feeling like you have to fight just to survive. It's the lower vibe stuff and the lower vibe driven actions that are what God is asking us to sacrifice so that we can receive the abundance that He has for us. Okay, number 2. Okay, number 2 is in every moment, before every moment, there is a process where we set an intention, whether it's through subconsciousness or consciousness, to manifest something in our life. And from that manifestation, what happens is a catalyst happens. So it is something within the universe is now put in motion to help us experience something that we need to experience in order to manifest what we are wanting to manifest. Now, if we are focusing on the lack in our life, we are truly manifesting more of that to us. If we feel like we have to be in certain situations that are dangerous for us, or we are meant to be in this position where we have to do this for as part of our purpose, and it maybe isn't part of our purpose, then we put ourselves in situations where that we're not prepared for, or that we feel not prepared for. And then what ends up happening is we are manifesting things to us that are harder than we expected. And we feel unprepared and unsupported, and that is not how God wants us to feel. So, those are situations that we're actually manifesting within our life. There's other situations, other catalysts that happen that are incarnated. They're fated. They are agreements that we made to experience something in our life in a certain way so that we could learn something big about our own journey. In every one of those situations, there is an opportunity that is given to us as we experience those events and explore why they happened, what the purpose of them, what the significance of them was. In those moments, it's almost like a snakes and ladders game. If you feel like those moments, those experiences are negative or something that you can't learn from in some way, it's like it'll take you down, like sliding down that snake on that snakes and ladders game. But if you take the opportunity to pause and reflect, to try and see see how you are experiencing it, choosing to experience it as a growth opportunity, and then choosing to look at the significance of why it happened, you will be shown whether or not it is a incarnated or a fated experience meant to help you grow and learn in some way, and why, what the message is in that experience. Or you will be shown that you manifested that and how you could change how you are manifesting in some way. When you do that, you're actually stepping onto the ladder and taking one step higher each time. You're rising up. You're growing and you're expanding in those moments. The shadow moments are there to help you sort through the illusions that have been weighing you down. They're there to help you grow and expand. Whether you have manifested them or whether they have been incarnated, they are there to help you move past them, learn from them, and then move past them into transformation. So you have the power in those moments to cut through the illusions and ask what the significance was of the situation, of the experience you just had, and choosing transformation in some way. If you choose not to do that, then you venture on a different pathway. But that energy is still there because it's not healed, it's not cleared. So the same type of experience, what people call a karmic loop, will happen because you haven't learned from it. And you'll keep repeating things over and over until you allow yourself to sit with that experience and ask what the significance of it was for your own journey, so that you can receive transformation in some way. Takes you off the snake and up the ladder. Okay. Number 3. Often we focus on the stresses and worries around us when we have the power to explore the significance of the situation and allow ourselves to be led by intuition. Okay, so I understand very well that when you are in the muck, when you're in the shadows and things are really hard, the stress and the worry and the anxiety could be overwhelming at times. What I'd like you to do in those moments is to find a way to ground yourself. Pause before continuing to go down that spiral. And then use your intuition to guide you and lead you along the way. Your intuition is the way to more knowledge. It is the way to divine guidance. And as we tap into our intuition and ask our inner voices what the significance is for each part of that journey, we gain clarity as to who we are. We gain clarity to why we're here. We gain clarity to the purpose that we have for helping others. We gain clarity on every single significant moment along the journey. And I can tell you for 100% fact, if that inner voice of yours is telling you that the hard times that you went through were because you weren't worthy enough to experience better times, that's not your voice. That's not a divine voice that's guiding you for your best purpose. Tapping into something that's not so good. We are always supported by tapping into spirit, by tapping into the guidance that naturally comes our way. And as we allow ourselves to explore what the significance of any situation is, and allow ourselves to step into that transformation, the veil of understanding and the deeper connection that we have with our higher self and with God gets clearer, becomes sacred. And that's the journey that we are on right now. That's the opportunity that we have this week. That's the opportunity we have every week, but it is more powerful this week than it has been. So will you allow yourself to tap into this moon energy and face whatever you are going through head on so that you can understand the significance of each experience and understand how to step into transformation, how to step into that healing opportunity and grow and expand in big ways. Massive transformation is possible if we allow it, if we trust it, if we believe in it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Please do like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you have any comments, drop them in the comment section below. I'm sending you all much love and appreciation. Until next time, be simply you. Take care.